Hi, Honors Bowls. I'm Danny Saluna, and I'm one of the academic advisors in the Judy Genshaft Honors College. In this video, we're going to go over a bunch of things that's going to help prepare you for registration. Whether you're a first-year student working to get your academic advising hold removed, or you're a seasoned pro ready to get ready for graduation, we're going to go over a whole bunch of information in this video to help you prepare for an academic advising appointment. We're going to talk about the honors requirements. We're going to talk about looking at DegreeWorks, how to read DegreeWorks, and how to make sense of it all. We're going to talk about what honors classes double dip. What this means is which honors classes can also count for a general education requirement for you, and which ones do they count for. We're also going to talk about how to read the honors block on DegreeWorks, how to pick honors classes. So let's jump right into it. Honors requirements. What are they? What do you have to do? In honors, you have to take 6 total classes. So those 6 courses are acquisition of knowledge, geographical perspectives, 2 honors courses you get to choose. After those 4 classes, your last 2 are going to be your research track. You have 2 different options there. You can either do thesis 1 followed by thesis 2, or you can do an honors capstone class and another honors core course. Now, this second honors core course could be another capstone if you really like capstone. It could be another 4200. You get to choose what that honors core course is. So again, let's go over that. 6 classes, acquisition of knowledge, geo perspectives or geographical perspectives, 2 honors courses of your choosing, thesis 1, thesis 2. The other option is acquisition of knowledge, geo perspectives, 2 honors core courses of your choosing, honors capstone, and another honors core course. Pretty simple, right? Your next requirement in honors is called experiential learning. The easiest way to break this down is to use our website. You would go to usf.edu/honors, and once you're on our home page, click Student Resources, Experiential Learning Requirements. Your experiential learning requirements require you to complete 2 different experiential learning activities from 2 different categories, and this website breaks that all down for you. The categories in which you can choose activities from are career professional development and leadership experience, community engagement and service, creative and artistic experience, global experience, or research. Within each of these categories on our webpage, we went ahead and listed out some pre-approved activities that we thought of that would count in that particular bucket. Now, this list is not all inclusive, so if you have an idea of an activity that you think should potentially count, talk with your honors advisor before you start engaging in that activity to ensure that it's something that could count towards your experiential learning requirement. But for example, when you're looking at career professional development and leadership experience, you can see here a list of different activities that you could potentially pursue to fulfill your experiential learning requirement. Now remember, if you complete one within career professional development and leadership exploration, you will need to complete your second activity in a different category. Now that you know your honors requirements, I want to talk to you about how I would suggest breaking down your next 4 years to ensure you can complete all those requirements. Typically, I suggest trying to complete your honors requirements within your first 3 years. This will allow your 4th year to focus on other opportunities like full-time internships or student teaching that may take you away from the campus more than you originally anticipate. Additionally, by not planning to complete your requirements in year 4, if something happens and you get a little bit behind, you have year 4 to catch up on your honors requirements. So let's break this down year to year and what I suggest. In year one, as you know, in the fall semester, you need to take Acquisition of Knowledge, also known as IDH 2010. After that, I suggest in spring semester, you take your second honors core course. I also suggest within your first year, you complete your first experiential learning activity. Once you complete that first activity, you'll turn in a completion form on your honors student portal in order to receive your first experiential learning completion scholarship. Also, within your first year, you need to check in with an advisor 2 times to have your academic advising hold lifted. You can work with either your major advisor or with your honors advisor to have this completed. In year 2, I suggest taking 2 more honors core courses, one being your required IDH 4200 Geographical Perspectives and another honors core course of your choosing. This will complete your 4 required core courses in honors. I also suggest in year 2, you complete your second experiential learning activities and turn in a completion form. Once you turn in that completion form, you will then get your second experiential learning completion scholarship. Also in year 2, I suggest you check in with your honors advisor at least once. In year 3, you'll then move on into your research track. Again, you have 2 options. You can either do 2 semesters of honors thesis, or you can do a semester of honors capstone plus another honors core course. Once you complete your 4 core courses and your research track, you'll turn in a completion form on your honors student portal, which will then pay out your last completion scholarship for academics. Again, we suggest you check in with an honors advisor at least once in year 3. And then year 4 is pretty smooth sailing in honors because you completed all your requirements. So we just suggest you check in with an honors advisor to do a graduation check to ensure everything is good to go. Again, if for some reason, let's say hypothetically, you weren't able to complete that second experiential learning activity in year 2, you could try to finish it in year 4 because you left room to complete honors requirements. So this is just a suggested timeline that we as advisors came up with and how we personally would move through the honors curriculum. However, it is not required that you move through it this way. Please talk with your honors advisor to create a personalized honors curriculum plan that works for you and your needs. Now we're going to talk about looking at DegreeWorks. I'm going to first show you what does general education section of DegreeWorks looks like, and you should be able to see it here. So you can see general education knowledge, composition 1, composition 2, humanities, social sciences, natural sciences. Now this particular student does not have any credits in their DegreeWorks. So how do you read this? How do we navigate this? My best tip or trick is to honestly read it word for word. So if you look right here, it says you must complete all of the following. So that means every single thing listed here, I must complete, right? You must complete all the following. You must complete all the following. There will be some sections in your DegreeWorks that say choose 1 or choose 2 or complete 3. So making sure you read it, because sometimes it can look really overwhelming with all these lists, and maybe you only need to finish 1 class in there. You have your general education knowledge in this top box, general education intellectual and practical skills, the personal social responsibility, and the integrative applied learning. We refer to as the advanced gen eds or enhanced gen eds. I've heard both. Basically, a good rule of thumb when you're thinking about honors courses and what can double dip, if it sounds like a traditional subject, maybe you learned in high school, humanities, social sciences, natural sciences, mathematics, honors can't help you there. Then you have the enhanced gen eds. That's when honors can help you. If it sounds a little fancy and a little bit bougie, honors have got your back, right? So creative thinking, information data literacy, human and cultural diversity, that's what works for me to remember. So all those ones at the bottom, honors can take care of for you. Acquisition of knowledge is IDH 2010. This takes care of information and data literacy for you. The next class you would take could be any of your core courses or 4200, which is geographical perspectives. So I'm just going to go down the list in no particular order. So creative thinking can be taken care of with an honors arts and humanities class or an honors natural science class. And that is the IDH 3100 or 3350. Skipping information and data literacy, because we already talked about that. Human and cultural diversity is taken care of by one of your required honors courses. IDH 4200 is our geographical perspectives class. Moving down to ethical reasoning and civic engagement, you have two choices here that could double dip for you. You have IDH 3400 or IDH 3600. IDH 3400 is a social and behavioral science class with honors. IDH 3600 is a seminar in applied ethics. Then finally, your high impact practice. That will be taken care of either through your honors capstone or your honors thesis. So IDH 4950 is that honors capstone. IDH 4970 is that honors thesis. Now we're going to talk about the honors block. Here you see the Judy Genshep Honors College requirements. Now this is one of those sections that can be a little bit confusing because like I said earlier, you got to make sure you read it. So it's really important you go through and read word for word, what does this say? I circled some things to notice, like this section right here says choose one from the following. So that means you get to choose honors thesis, departmental honors requirement, honors college capstone. Those are your three options. And then you can see it tabs over for honors college capstone because you do a capstone and an additional honors course. But you only choose one of these. You don't have to do all of these. And that's where a lot of the confusion happens if you don't read the text. The other thing I want you to look at is this other red circle. It says or. So again, you have to take 6 credits in IDH 3100 or 3350 or 3400 or 3600. Again, you don't have to take all of those. You have to take 6 credits, which is 2 classes. So that's where things can get a little bit confusing. That's how you kind of read that honors block. So we're moving on to the next thing. We're going quick, and fast. So now you've looked at DegreeWorks, you know your honors requirements, you looked at your honors block, you know what you've already completed and what you need. So now comes the fun part. You get to pick an honors class. So honors classes are completely different from any other class on campus. For example, when you take Biology 1, section 1 through 40, within reason should be roughly the same class, apart from the small discretionary differences between faculty members. Honors is not like that at all. We have an IDH 3100 maybe on one topic and another 3100s on a completely different topic, but they're both labeled arts and humanities. What I like to call these are overarching themes. Now, how do you know what you're signing up for if they're completely different? You have to visit our website, and I'm going to show you where you look. When you're on our main page, you'll go to Student Resources, Honors Courses. And each semester, we upload our courses before registration. So for example, let's look at spring 2020. You have arts and humanities, natural sciences, social behavioral sciences, seminar and applied ethics, geographical perspectives, undergraduate research, selected topics, or honors capstone. But once you click into these, you're going to see every class is wildly different. So I want to urge you to never just sign up for a 3100 or 3350 because you know you need that class to double dip. Make sure you look at what you're signing up for. The way to break this up is I usually say, know what you need to double dip for you. Pick out a few classes or themes that you're interested in and that double dip for you and start there. So let's say, for example, we know we need a creative thinking requirement. So that means IDH 3100 and 3350 are our options. Well, I tend to lean more towards an arts and humanities. Maybe I'm not as interested in natural sciences. So let's start there. So you click that open. So for example, section 1 in spring 2020 was rock and roll, but section 5 was beyond Florida man and sunsets, Florida and the South in photographs. Completely different. You're talking about rock and roll in one, you're talking about photographs in another, right? So making sure you're going through and reading these, looking at the times that they're offered and making sure those work for you. Whenever you see sections you like, I suggest writing down that section number. And that is everything. We went over honors requirements, how to look and read DegreeWorks, what honors classes double dip, how to read the honors block, how to pick and read honors descriptions, Now, by no means is this video supposed to replace your academic advisor, but at least it helps you understand a few things. Obviously, this video is very long and super intensive, and sometimes during academic advising meetings, we just don't have enough time to go over all of this for you, or we do very quickly, and it's hard to remember. So that's why we wanted to film this video for you, so you could keep it and refer to it when you need it. But please be sure to still meet with both your major advisor and your honors advisors to ensure that you are on the correct path to graduation. You can do it. Happy registration. Go Bulls.